planting marigolds, says you can see, and if you tried to join me on Facebook, you would have seen me try to plant them live, and then you'll find the internet cable connection was not stable, so I am resorting to a non-live version, though I am live because I'm living as a woman who knows who and whose I am. I always go back to that, in fact, because I believe it's powerful, and so I'm pulling weeds as we all must seed a new world and way, and then we can play nice. Kiss the girl or the boy, whichever you prefer. That's the way we play nicely together, but let's not just kiss and use those for how we get pleasure. No, I say it's time for us instead to start to care again and say it's not just about how good it feels in the moment. It's time for us to be kind to one another and to align and to say it's time to plant something better the next generation can inherit, which I have done with the book that will be coming out next week, I think. Right now it's out of my hands because yesterday I got the proofs in, and it wasn't perfect even though I read it so many times I thought it was the final. But that's why you get the finalized version, finalized, that looked it over and revised what you would see, and that's what I got to choose yesterday, and now it's with Balboa Press, the publisher that I have got a package with, who will be the ones helping me to get this message out, fully committed. The sacred sojourn of now, it's true I have found a few secrets on the way to hear and share them from the perspective of lived experience. Don't you see how we can be the ones we've been waiting for if we'll claim the right to be the one we hoped would save us before we saw that we were the ones that in fact had to do it for ourselves. Ha, yeah. So I just thought I would sing. I was singing on my own, and sometimes I like to sing with others too. So we're doing that actually, in fact. If you wanted to join on Wednesday, the 22nd of June, we're having the final album 22.2 meeting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where yours truly and Jared Wade will co-host the final meeting, where artists from around the world are able to share music in a playlist that has the launch date for July 22nd. And so that's when we're going to be adding the submissions to what came last year, which launched on July 22nd then. And so now we're just adding to that collection of conscious creations from artists around the globe who want to be part of a community of artists uplifting humanity with high vibing songs and lyrics and rhythms that will help us actually heal the child within, which is the theme of this one. The sacred sojourn of the soul was the theme for the last album. And so oh, rocky foundation that I am standing on in this nation. I'm just kidding, but I don't know how specifically to include you in what I'm doing without having it move around about. So I'm going to simply say that next week is going to be when I need you and your support so that we can actually get fully committed the Sacred Sojourn of Now onto the bestsellers list so that more are able to see things the way that I see them to be, not because I am the way, as he said, whoever he was. Just kidding, that's not to be in any way demeaning towards the man that lived and then books were written about, as will be true of us too. But that is what I hope to do, is to remind you that you are the one that came here to be the change you seek in this world, not for someone else to do it for you and for you to wait for some authority, for them to step up with a suit on that changes their standing as a man or woman into something more, which is actually an illusion, such as this whole legal fiction is based on, and the whole indoctrination of looking outside of yourself for solutions and answers, when the truth is, like, you have thoughts that are the equivalent of seeds within thee. And when you are willing to plant seeds that will serve you better, then in the fall you will have better experiences. Interesting that I would say in the fall, because I do equate the Garden of Eden to being the guard-in that we are, the energy den of us. What if it were really that simple? What if we actually were the guards in the energy den of us that needed to protect the energy that we gave out, and also we're able to root, give roots to, put down roots, to say, shoot, I didn't do as well as I could have this last time, so let me do better this time, because now I've learned from that experience and now I can do better. Because while we're living, we can change the story. The greatest story being written, ever written, the greatest story ever written is being written by you right now. I am a mirror of you, so if you think I'm phenomenal, hello, congratulations, I am a fractal of you. So woohoo to you and me too, because we are expressions of each other. What you like about me are things that you have owned within yourself and are able to see an example or a reflection of, so that you can say, yeah, I can do this too. Whatever my greatness is, the equivalent of the book or planting these seeds in this moment, whatever that is for you, do that and recognize that I am here as an example for you to be able to say, yes, let me seize the day, carpe diem, and then go on your way and do that. And whatever you don't like about me are things that you have not owned about yourself, that you have denied, suppressed, repressed, depressed, tried to pretend don't exist, all of that. I am just a reflection of you, and you are a reflection of me. You, legally, in legalese, which is a different language from English, is actually plural. Did you know? No. See, if you have to step into the court with legal beagles who are working for the devil's advocates, we have to take the suits off the men and women so that we stop thinking they are better because they're more qualified. Qualified in what? Living backwards? That's what the devil is, lived backwards. It is time for us to say, no, thank you any longer. Do I choose to have a representative? Say that I am a person when I am a woman that has a person, as are you, man or woman, you're one or the other. Even with this whole transhumanism agenda that makes us think it is better to be other. Well, did you know that the Creator owns the creation? And that man and woman were the ones that created the government to serve us, which is why the workers of it are called public servants? So when you agree to be labeled other, or to take on a status, title, or personage that changes who you are as you are, which is enough, into something more than or less than, you have just been converted into the creation of something man or woman created, which means that the creation is owned by the creator of it, which means that the government can apply whatever mandates, edicts, or whatever rules they wish to those under its jurisdiction. Juris being of law or of right, and diction being what is spoke or wrote. So if you agree to be other than what you actually are, because you thought it would make you happier or more in some way, then you have fell for the lie that was designed to have you lose power, because you gave it to an entity, which is what a corporate entity is called. A corporation is a corporate entity. Corpse being a dead body, oration being what is spoken. Do you see how it's all coming together? I do it better in the book, I'll be honest. I say it at 11:11, which is a double beginning if you look at the numbers of 1 and then multiples of that. So I hope that this message today brings you hope to know that nope, you don't need to be other than you are, because you are more than enough exactly as you are. Sure, you can absolutely do better than you have, because our present reality is a reflection of our previous level of awareness of our potential, not a reflection of that potential. Our future will be a reflection of the potential that we chose to actually harness and move forward, launching off of in this now moment where all of your power exists. Yes, you, who is watching me in this moment, seem to be the star, maybe. I just happen to have a channel that I started years before, and then we go into, what is a channel? Is it one who is able to bring down the message? Or is it simply the fact that we are all radio transmitters that are receiving signals and broadcasting out others with our thoughts and then our words? I say that in the book too. I can't remember which chapter, but you'll have to check it out next week when Fully Committed, The Sacred Sojourn of Now is released. And what I would love is to have a conversation. So I'm going to finish planting these marigolds, since these babies have been needing to be planted for a while, and I've got more in the front yard that want to be done because my grandma loved how these looked in the fall, and so I have a ton of them that I'm going to plant for Papa and I to look at when we are in the breakfast table or around the breakfast table. But I gotta go because I got an important call. So have a great day. Laura J, namaste, namago.